100. So I scaled one of my businesses to 50K MRR using Alex Hormozi's strategies. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I did, the strategies I used, and overall the knowledge that I got from Hormozi in his two books, $100 million offers and $100 million leads. So this document will be going over anything and everything that I use for my funnels, what I do and what I know as far as scaling to this point in one of my companies. It's a web design agency where we sell websites. All right, so that's exactly what I did, and I'm going to be showing you how. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. The first thing is I wanted to go over a funnel guide. So the best offers at any given time use multiple funnels and multiple ways of getting and retaining clients. And a funnel is essentially just the structured process that takes potential clients from awareness to action, right? It guides them to make a purchasing decision. And the one mistake that most businesses make, and 99% businesses make, is relying on one single funnel, because funnels do not work like that. All right. You can't just put one single funnel down and hope and pray that customers will buy, because people leave funnels just like people can walk out of a door. They could do the same thing in your funnel, right? And the best businesses layer multiple funnels to capture leads at different stages of readiness and nurture them into loyal customers. Because when you have multiple funnels working, it's quite frankly like an ATM machine, all right, where you can put money in and get more money out. That is that is the whole point with funnels. So let's talk about the first part of my funnel for this, lead magnets. All right. The goal of a lead magnet funnel is to collect emails and build an audience of engaged users. Now, also you can collect phone numbers. If you do collect phone numbers, you are very smart. You should be also doing that. So here is how a lead magnet funnel works. You offer one free resource. That's why everybody's like, download my free training, get my free ebook, get my guide on this. But what do you have to do? You have to give them your email. They don't just do this for fun. They do it for a reason, okay? They are giving you free shit because they're hoping you're going to buy. They're hoping you're not ready yet, but you're going to buy from them, okay? That's the whole point of the lead magnet. There is literally no one on this earth who puts tens of hours into creating a free resources that doesn't hope that you aren't going to buy something from them later on down the line. All right, that's why they ask for your email address, because if they did, they wouldn't, and they would just post, some random piece of content. But even then, they're hoping you're going to buy from them down the line. And then after that, they're going to use automated email sequences to introduce you to their paid offers. So this is essentially what the funnel looks like, all right? You collect emails, you build trust in those emails, and then you introduce your paid offers. Now, your paid offers won't capture everybody, and that's fine, but if you could get the cost of getting an email to be a lot less than the cost of getting a booked call and nurture them and build trust with them, now they're going to be way more likely to buy. And this is exactly what I did, all right? I created lead magnets to build trust, and in fact, a lot of my clients were mostly from lead magnets, mostly from emails that I had that I put into my paid ads retargeting funnel. Okay, so here's an example of this. You create an ad or you do outreach. You have a landing page for that lead magnet. You allow them to download the lead magnet once they give you their email, and then boom, email sequence hits them, and you pitch a low ticket offer. All right, so you have your landing page. Download my free training now on how to blah, 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 blah. And then you download the lead magnet. You get your email sequence. I usually do 30 to 60 day email sequences. I find that's a good way to not be insanely bothersome, but still nurture them. And what I do is if I have a 60-day email sequence running, I will run that for 60 days, wait 2 months, and fucking here we go. We're back again. We're running another email sequence right to them. I still have your email, so I'm still going to email you. I gave you something, now you give me something. All right, that's just how it works, and that's what people do. So hopefully at the end of it, you'll get more converted leads, right? And you will if you do it right, which is having a good training, something that's actually good. You don't want to just put together some bullshit. Put together a training that's like using a lot of resources, you know. You could use ChatGPT, Claude, whatever, infographics, but give them free value. And then in it, you want to put book a calls everywhere, right? You want to put a book a call in almost every email you're sending out, or you want to put, you know, your email or whatever it may be. You might not want to give out your phone number, but you want to give them call to actions. What do you want them to do? All right, because email is still the best way to. Most people still use email. Email is still a great way to reach people. All right, so many people use their emails, and you have to take advantage of that. Okay, so here's some examples of high converting lead magnets. All right, so if you were to post an ad that said, here are 10 steps to double your revenue with paid ads, here's a checklist for it. Boom, that's a good example. 10 steps. 10 steps. That's all they have to do to double their revenue with paid ads. Shit, I'd buy that. You know what I mean? Or I'd check that out. Think of it as something that you would pay money for, all right? Templates that you give them. Here are, 100 done-for-you ad copy templates. People will click on that, and people will give you their email because they are too lazy to make ads themselves, all right? This is why lead magnets are good, all right? It allows for people to be lazy, and what do people love more than anything in this world other than money? It's being lazy, okay? So if you can learn quicker, easier, faster, for cheaper, people will check out and give you your email for your thing, all right? Next thing would be a guide. You could create the ultimate guide to monetizing your entire market. Now, that is something that entices a question. It's like, oh, how do I, monetize my entire market? Oh, maybe I'll check this out. Maybe I'll give them my email. That's one of them. You can also do like a mini course, all right? A 30-minute video course on creating funnels. Hey, here's my 30-minute training. Check it out. It's free. All I need is your email. Boom, boom, boom. Now you have a high converting lead magnet. So here are some tips on how to create an effective lead magnet, because yeah, you can make this stuff. I mean, you could even literally copy the ones that I'm giving you here, all right? But here are some tips on crafting an effective one. You have to focus on one problem, all right? You want to be solving one singular problem, a specific pain point that your audience has, all right? Then you also have to keep it simple. You don't want to overwhelm your leads. You don't want to give them too much information to go off of. You want to give them actionable steps that they can go. Because if you give them something that leads to a result, they're going to be more likely to buy from you because they think you're smarter, You don't want to just overwhelm them with a shit ton of information because you're like, oh, I'm going to pack this with so much value. No, don't do that. Pack it with value, but don't overwhelm them. Keep it simple. Get them an actionable result. Give them a quick win. That's the goal. Give them a quick win. All right. What's one way they can make an extra dollar today? All right. Write that. Include a call to action. All right. That's the next part. You need to tell them what to do. If people come give you their email, you email them, and there's no way for you to get them onto a call, then what's the point of doing it? All right, there is no point. You need to get them onto a call. So put a call, put a call to action. You know what I mean? Put a digital product in there. Boom. That's how you do it. You can't just send them a bunch of emails and be like, oh, they're going to respond to my emails and, maybe they're going to buy my $5,000 thing. No, they're not. It's never going to happen. So include a call to action. Tell them what to do. All right. Next, your paid ads VSL funnel. All right. If you think VSLs don't work in 2025, you're wrong. They're great, right? Content and video content are huge. So VSLs are in fact even better now, all right? You have to get them to trust you somehow, and VSLs are a great way to do this, especially if you are a newcomer to the market, all right? And the goal of a VSL and your paid ads VSL funnel is to convert your warm leads into middle and high ticket buyers, all right? You are giving them an explainer video, your offer of why you're doing the thing you're doing and how it's going to help them, all right? So there's two ways you could do this. You could do this on a video sales letter, or you could host webinars. I know lots of people that host webinars. I do not personally run them, but I know lots of people that have great success with webinars, and they are a very good thing to do. It's very similar. You're explaining your offer. A webinar is just 10 times longer than a VSL on your website, all right? And the main goal of the VSL here is to educate your audience on the issue that they have. You need to poke the bear, all right? You need to poke them. Be like, hey, if you're having this problem, here's why my solution can help you. Here's who we've done it for, and here's our offer to you with a risk reversal, all right? Here's how I'm going to help you. Here's why you're going to get a result. Here's the result you're going to get. And if you don't get X result, I'll give you X or whatever it may be, all right? That's your VSL, all right? Pitch them the offer, poke the bear, all right? And I always say this, there is not one reason you shouldn't do a VSL. It will only help. It cannot hurt you to go on video and explain yourself to people of what you are actually doing. Ad copy can't be the only thing that converts them. You have to give them a little extra nudge to buy from you, okay? And so I always think about it like if you were to be in front of someone that's trying to pitch you their thing, wouldn't you want to see them explain it? Wouldn't you want to understand it a little better before you buy it? You know what I mean? Like you ever go into a store now just because you want to hear one of the employees tell you more about the product? It's the same thing, all right? Your fears would be much more allayed if you actually heard what was going on. And that's why people still do this. So here's an example of this. You have an ad that takes you to a registration page or a VSL page with the call to action, and boom, there's where your VSL is. All right. So if you're running a webinar, it goes to a registration page. If you're running VSL, it's just straight call to action sales page. All right. So after watching the video, you have a little button right underneath, call to action, done. There you go. Now, here is a good graphic of this. All right. So if you have a video sales letter, you are now educating your audience and you are explaining the solution and then pitching your offer. This just makes cold leads slightly warmer, all right? Because you can't just be like, oh my God, they're going to buy my $2,000 product when they see my sick website. Like, no, it doesn't happen like that. And 99% of buyers don't make a decision like that. So make a damn VSL, all right? So here are the other types of paid ad campaigns. All right, the first thing is your awareness campaigns. All right, the whole goal of an awareness campaign is to introduce your product to a broad audience. Introduce your brand, your product, your service, your whatever to a bunch of different people, right? You can run this to an open audience. And the goal here is to drive traffic to, let's say your lead magnet funnel, right? Because the cost of lead might be higher because they don't know you. So what's one way to get that down? What do you send them to? A lead magnet. Why? Because the cost of lead is cheaper. So that is one way you could do an awareness. Now they're learning more about you. They're learning more about how you offer the things you offer and do the things you do. Okay, so an example of this could be a Facebook ad, and you have your free guide. Here are 10 steps to building a profitable funnel. People want to see the 10 steps. They opt in. You get a really cheap cost per lead. You introduce a bunch of people to your service, and boom, that's an awareness campaign. Retargeting campaigns, all right? This is where a VSL comes in really well, all right? So you are re-engaging people who've seen your ad, didn't get your lead magnet, and you are taking them straight to a book a call VSL page. Now they're like, oh, isn't this the guy from the free 10 steps to building a profitable funnel thing? Or if they don't remember that, because they might see the ad 10, 20 days later, they'll probably remember your face. They might remember the Instagram name. But this is the way where you constantly pop back up. This is why you get ads of the same people all the time. Because once you watch an ad for a certain amount of time, it's over for you. You know what I mean? You're stuck in their funnel now. And people who spend a lot of money on retargeting, this is what they do, right? They try to bring you back in, bring you to their VSL where they can explain more, and bring you to videos of case studies or pictures of case studies, things like that, Now, the next is a conversion campaign. All right, so this is, I have a product or service and I want them to buy it now. All right, you want them to buy it now. It's immediate revenue. All right, you're not doing, hopefully retargeting them, hopefully getting them later. You're not doing an awareness campaign to get them later. Cheaper cost per leads on awareness and retargeting, but conversion campaign gets you sales straight away. This is good for Shopify products, clothes, different products, services, awareness, retargeting. That's how you get somebody to buy something high ticket. They're not going to buy something from you that's $5,000 after seeing it once. It just won't happen. So the whole goal with a conversion campaign is to drive direct sales or booked calls. Okay, so that's, like I said, immediate revenue. And this could be, let's say you're running Meta ads or Google ads. You're targeting keywords like best marketing funnels for SaaS if you're running Google ads. They would then click on your website, they'd see your website, and hopefully book a call. That's the goal with a conversion campaign. You can do the same thing on Facebook, make an ad, book a call here, takes you right to their account. So, what does running a high-performing ads campaign actually look like? All right, well, the first thing to know is that you can't just post ads and be like, yep, gonna get calls. No, doesn't work like that. You need to use compelling visuals, so like videos, you need good static ads, you need to split test these ads, and then you need to track your metrics, okay? You can't just throw paint at the wall and hope it dries with ads. You need to be deliberate, okay? You need to tape up the walls, you need to set your setup right, you need to post, each thing accordingly. That's how a high-performing ad funnel works. You gotta do compelling shit. You gotta give people things that they want to see. You gotta test out what they want to see, and then you gotta track it, and then you revamp it. So next part of that is, what is the natural next step to after you get a client? You don't just want to get a client and then they churn and you're done. You want to be able to upsell them. All right, so the goal of the upsell system is to retain current clients and increase their lifetime value through upsells and cross-sells. So this includes a sequence of offers tailored to existing customers. And this is something that Hormozi talks about in his $100 million offers book, right? So you have to use bundles, subscriptions, exclusive upgrades, okay? These are all things that you will upsell on and you can upsell on, because if you have a good enough offer to upsell on, you will upsell at least 1% of your clients if you do a good job for them. I mean, at least 1%. All right, so even if that's one, that's extra revenue and that's work you should be doing, okay? And that's why upsells matter so much. Next, cold email. All right, well, so cold email remains one of the most cost-effective methods for generating leads, especially in B2B markets. And cold email is also very important for people who offer high-ticket offers. All right, if you're selling something that's over, a couple $1,000s, you need to use cold email. And when Hormozi was scaling Gym Launch, it took him, 3 separate attempts and months to get it right. So if a company with a shit ton of sales can't get it right overall, don't get discouraged when it gets hard. So what is in a good cold email? You should be only talking about what they want and how it will benefit them. You should not be phony. You should be short. You should be to the point. You should have some sort of action they can take, just like paid ads. You should have some social proof. And lastly, you need a $100 million offer. You need a banger offer. All right, you need a really good offer. So how do you create a banger offer? Well, you give them no-brainer value. You give them some sort of risk reversal that reduces the risk of them doing this thing. All right, so what can you offer to them that will reduce the risk of them doing the thing? Whether that's a guarantee, whether that's money back thing, whatever, risk reversal. You should also have non-bullshit social proof. So something that's not BS, that's social proof, that's actually going to get them to convert. Something that will also seem very likely to achieve is very important too. And it has to be quick. So something that's fast, like I will scale your paid outreach to get you 20 appointments a day in the next 6 months. And if you don't, I'll give you your money back. Something like that. Okay, that's a ridiculous offer, but you get the point. You need to have a good offer. It doesn't need to be like, I'm going to get you 100 high ticket clients by tomorrow. If not, I'll give you my left leg. Like, don't do that. Don't give them something that crazy. Just make it so they'll want to buy it and make it so it's likely to achieve. Give them less risk and give proof that you've done it for other people. That's a banger offer. So here's my upsell system. Here's how the system works. Step 1, you start small. Offer something low ticket, something to get them in the door, something to keep them buying. Step 2, for people that are a little richer, mid-tier. You could, if you are an agency owner, coach, or consultant, something like that, you could sell a $1,500 course on how to do that. Step 3, if you are doing that and you offer a done-for-you thing, sell your high-ticket service to people who are even richer and engaged and loyal customers. Now, what is step 4? Step 4 is automating all of this for different levels of buyers. So at any given time, there's going to be different levels of buyers and there's going to be different types of customers. So you have to automate the process of the upsell so you can constantly upsell, right? You've gotten them to this revenue. Your AI knows how much revenue they're doing. You upsell the low ticket if they're poor, high ticket if they're rich. Pretty simple. Now, the main goal with all of this, and one of the main things that I've learned, is that you need to focus on selling to people who don't want to be sold. Now, this sounds stupid at first thought, but only 3% of any market is looking to buy. So if you can convince strangers to buy, hence retargeting funnel, hence awareness campaign, hence low cost per lead for lead magnet, you can access 100% of the market. And the whole goal with all of this is to put these all together to try to capture as much of that market as humanly possible. All right, because the whole goal is you can't just sell to 3% of people. You want to sell to 100% of people. And if you do that, you will be much more likely to add on MRR to your agency, to your business, and scale your business accordingly. So if you like this video, please subscribe, please leave a comment and like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.